Okay, boss. Prove whether our servlet component class is singleton or not. Means we have to prove here our servlet class object is it singleton class object or not. What is the meaning of singleton, guys? What is the meaning of singleton? The purpose of singleton, which allows to create only single object of the client class, is called as singleton. The purpose of singleton is what, boss? Which allows us to create only single objects. There might be n number of requirement of objects, but it allows to create only single objects for your class. Then that class is called as singleton. That class is called as what, boss? Singleton. So here the singleton is nothing but, what is a singleton? The singleton means that ensure a class has only one instance and that provide a global point to access it. So I have to ensure my class should have only single instance. So let me prove it practically. To prove it practically, I have to proceed for my web application. This is my Tomcat. Under this Tomcat, this is my web app. In the web app, let me modify my existing servlet class. Let me go to my date servlet. In this date servlet, what I'm trying to do, I want to display some contents here, whether it is singleton or not. Is it singleton or not? Okay, boss, fine. So here, let me use the break tag, and let me copy this break tag everywhere for my client requirement. So let me close cancel. By mistakenly I pressed Control V. So here Control V. So here Control V, and here is Control V. So here is Control B. Here is B. I want to give as a bold. So here is Control B, and let me add one more break tag. So here, instead of using date and time is everywhere, I want to change some statements here. Just I want to know whether my class has single objects or not. Okay. Okay, boss. Let me remove unnecessary stuff. Fine. So here I want to display whether our class has singleton or not. So here is my date server class object is instead of this one, let me go for hash code. First let me print hash code. So here is my hash code, and here let me print, what should I have to print, boss? Plus this dot hash code. Hash code is a method. Of string class. So let me use one more. So here pw dot. So instead of this one, let me copy and paste this statement, and let me modify as per my requirement. So here home. So here break tag center. So let's this line, this statement will give you the hash code of your current class object and date server class. So current request. So here current request. Let me add my current request. So here current request. I will try from different browser. Current request object hash code. So here current request object hash code. So here let me give the space. Here also space was missing, and here also let me give the space. Here also space was missing, colon, and here let me give the request dot hash code. So here is my request object, request dot hash code. Okay, next let me proceed for new again. So after that, current response object, let me go for date server. Instead of date server, current response object hash code. So here current response object hash code. So here let me pass as a res response hash code now. Next let me pass here as what, boss? Date server class. Instead of date server class, current thread name. Let me use the current thread name also. So here current thread name. So let me print the current thread name also. So here current thread name, thread dot current thread. So here thread dot current thread dot current thread of, and let me get the name by using get name method. So here is a get name is the method. Okay, boss, fine. So this is more than enough. So let me sleep for some period of time. Thread dot sleep. So here thread dot sleep I am passing. sleep for some 40,000 for 40,000 milliseconds means for 40 seconds. Okay, so I want to prove that whether our servlet class object is it singleton or not. Okay boss, fine. So here I added these codes, so you can see these codes and their responses. So let me give the colon here for better visibility, and here also let me give the colon. Okay boss, fine. Let me recompile this class. Let me go to my classes. Let me go to my command prompt. Let me delete my existing .class file. So here I deleted. Let me go to my command class cmd. So here java c date server.java. Definitely this will throw the exceptions because I forget to add the exceptions here. So let me put this code in try and catch block. So here I am putting in try. As I expected, the error is there. So here let me close catch. Let me handle the exception E. So here let me print the exception system dot ensure this one. E dot print stack trace. So here is a print stack trace. Okay boss, fine, more than enough. So what should I do? Let me recompile. Now this time it should successfully compile. It is not visible. Let me make it as a global visibility. Let me make the scope as a global, Control X, and here let me close. Okay boss, here, so here CLS, again recompile, successfully compiled boss. So here let me start my server. So I am starting now server. Server is starting now. Already server was running mode, so because of that reason it was showing that error. So let me start a server. Server was running mode, restarting. Okay boss, server started successfully. Let me give the new request. So here is my local host, date app test 1 date app test 1. I have to give one more request. Same. It is waiting for 40 milliseconds. Now it is under process. Why it is waiting? Because you have passed sleep for 40 milliseconds. Let me open one more browser, and under this browser, let me try for localhost colon 2017/1 date app /test1. Now you can see the output. Now look at here. Hash code is up to here. I have given the break. Now here you can see the hash code. The hash code is 255487384. Now here also same hash code you should expect, and in this browser also you should expect same hash code. Look at here, and same for request, but the request and response should be different for everyone. Just look at here, one set of request, one set of response here, one set of request, one set of response, and the current thread name for your object, for your current class name is stdp new 17 exec. You can see the same here, exec hash, and the current thread name. Here is one request object, here is one response object for my current request. Here is one request, one response. But one thing is, keep your mind here, The date server class object is same for all the requests. Look at here, 8484, here also 8484, so here also 8484, so here also 8484. So you can see 255 487. So this proves by using the hash code, my servlet container creates only one object. My servlet container creates only one object for your class. So here localhost. Here also if I give localhost colon. Okay, boss, fine. So even if I go for here, in this case also localhost colon 2017 slash one date app. So here localhost colon 2017 slash one date app slash test one. So here also you can see localhost one date app. So home http colon slash. Now you can see it is rotating now. It is turning now. Even if I give the request for another tabs in the browser, so it should expect. Look at here. Here also I am giving the same request. So you should see single object for every time. Here I am giving request for multiple times. A single object is giving request for multiple times, boss. So even though if I go for this app also, here also you can see the same. Look at here. We should expect same hash code for all objects. So it's still rotating. Third or sleep I go. So I have to wait for another 40 seconds. So here also you can expect the output. But here also we should go for same hash code for all the objects. Still rotating. I'm a process. It is under process. Still processing now. So you have to wait. Here also we have to wait for 40 seconds. Now you can see here 255487384. 255487384. Here also if you could see, here also you can see the same hash code for all the Servlet class objects, guys. So this is the meaning of this one. It is returning single object. It is returning single objects for multiple threads. For each thread it will act as a one request from the browser. Each thread will act as a one request for the browser. Now you can see here also 255487384. Here also you can see 2557384. So still is under process because thread or sleep we have applied. Thread or sleep. After sleep, it will give the response to you on the browser. On the browser, same response should appear. Just date and time will change. But the one thing is keep your mind, the hash code for the request and response object is changing for every request from the browser. Now this hash code is different than this hash code 7524. Now look at here 7524 9317. Now 9317. This is from same browser, na? Same request, but the object is same for everywhere. And the third name is exec2, exec3. Look at here exec9. Even if you proceed for here, look at here exec1, exec5. The third name means, what is the meaning of this one? It creates different even though if I process different requests to my Servlet program, different threads will be activated on a single object whose hash code is this one. Whose hash code is this one, guys. Look at here. So here the hash code and the thread. Hash code and the thread. Do you clear? Fine, boss. So this is the way of demonstrating single object, multiple threads on the objects. If I go for diagrammatically, if I proceed for diagrammatically, this is the proof. So this is the proof. By using the hash code. What is the meaning of hash code? The every object JVM generate for every object JVM generates unique identity value called hash code boss. And that by using that object, our Servlet class hash code, I can able to prove my Servlet class is Singleton and whose whose class, whose instance is only one single instance for my servlet class. So at that time I can say my servlet is a single instance multiple third class object. Okay. Okay, boss. Let me proceed for diagrammatically. If I proceed for diagrammatically, in this case, if I open this diagram, in this diagram you can see here, browser 1 gave the request. At that time, date servlet class has been requested, one object has been created. Now a single object here. For request 1, one thread has been created, On that thread, one request and response object has been generated, and that same object has been called. In the second browser gave the request. For the second browser, it calls same objects. It calls the same object, single object of my date servlet class, and on that servlet class, one second T1, T2, one more thread has been created. For third browser, again request 3, again same object has been called, but new thread has been created. Just as shown by using, look at here, thread name axcc4, axcc5, axcc1, axcc1, here is axcc6. Same way you can see here in the case of Mozilla axcc9, axcc2, axcc3. So here this is the demonstration. So here different threads, but they are acting on a single object. Here also different threads, but they are acting on a single object, same object, because their hash code is same. Here also same hash code, but thread is different, na? So I can call my servlet class is a single object. A single instance of my servlet container will be created. Single instance will be created by servlet container on my servlet class. So this is the diagrammatic proof. Means a single objects will be invoked by multiple threads from different requests which are coming from several different browsers. Several different browsers window. Browser 1 window gives a request. One thread has been activated on already created servlet class objects. Second browser gives the request 2. One more thread has been created on the already created objects. Browser 3, one more request has arrived. One more thread has been created on the already created objects. Means this is a single objects. But multiple thread has been created. On each thread, request and response object has been allocated by the servlet container. On thread T2, request and response object has been allocated by the servlet container. Same as for request 3, T3, on the thread T3, request and response object has been allocated by the server on the thread by the servlet container. So this is diagrammatic proof where T1, T2 and T3 are the third state in the main process of my Java web application. So this is the diagrammatic proof. So if I go for theory proof, when 20 requests are given to our servlet program, then servlet container creates only one object of our servlet class. Even though 20 requests are given to our servlet program, servlet container creates only one object of our servlet class. One thing is keep your mind. Just now I have shown the hash code for different tabs, for different browser windows. In this case, servlet container starts 20 different threads on our servlet class objects for 20 requests on one per request basis. Means it allocates one request for one request threads for 20 threads on our servlet class objects for 20 requests, one per request basis. Servlet container creates 20 sets of request response objects based on the number of requests. That means number of sets of request and response object created. One thing is keep your mind. Every thread can be identified by using thread name. So for every object, JVM generates unique identity value called as hashcode, and this hashcode, we can use this hashcode method on Java objects, on the objects of a java.lang.Object to return the hashcode. Okay, boss. So this is the practical proof. One thing is keep your mind. One more statement I would like to give you. Okay, boss. This is more than enough to prove This is more than enough to prove whether our servlet class is prove whether our servlet class, whether our servlet component class is singleton or not. Means here I proved, I can say I proved by using the hash code. I can say my servlet class object is a single instance multiple thread component. Single instance multiple thread component. Here also if you see hash code of every request it's same, means single object has been created on different threads. Single object, different threads. Here also single object, here also single objects but different thread. Okay boss, fine. So this is the proof. This is the proof whether my servlet class objects is singleton and or not. So now I can say my servlet class is singleton class only. My servlet class is what boss? Singleton class only. Okay boss.